Today is the day that Wild Rivers has its ribbon cutting ceremony, so to celebrate, I wanted to show you some POVs of what they had to offer during its soft opening. First up were the Tomcat racers. I lost, but only because recording made it harder to focus on going fast. Next up are the Bombay Blasters. This one was very good for picking up speed and racing against friends. The smaller slides were the Tahitian Toucan, which we didn't ride. Sadly, Tala and Mono were not open. After that, we were in the center right of the park, where there were 4 out of the 5 slides open. After waiting in the main line, you have an option to wait in 2 secondary lines, meant to split off 2 sets of rides, but no one bothered to follow this rule, so I would recommend staying in the shorter line. If I had to recommend which one of these was the best, I would argue it was either Fiji Falls or Tiki's Revenge, while the worst would be the Samoan Serpent. After that was our longest wait, which was for a 61-foot Bora Bora boomerang. While in line, we were able to have a pretty decent view, and even notice the employees putting urine directly into the filters. For this, the wait was very short, and luckily after 3 p.m. a lot of people started leaving. This was probably because all the people who were there were likely one of the 10,000 season pass holders from the area. So this drop might not be so true anymore. After this, we had lunch, which we had to bring ourselves, as there was almost no food options available at the time. The windows were even boarded up as if there was going to be a mostly peaceful protest. Next, we checked out the 2,500 square foot Shaka Bay wave pool. Remember to make sure your kids have life jackets, because the wave pool was stopped multiple times because someone just had to cross the damn 4-foot line while being under 48 inches tall. The water itself isn't too intense, and being only 6 feet deep, there's no real worry about being overwhelmed by the waves. A quick and important tip to know is that the wave pool tubes are shared with the lazy river. So if you want to go in between both, make sure to not give yours up, otherwise you're going to be waiting for another tube. The name Castaway River really fit the description, because just like being a castaway, it was boring as hell, and I really felt like I was missing out on a lot. So we left that and checked out Cook's Cove. I would say that if it was a really hot day and the lines are way too long, this is a pretty good alternative, and it is actually pretty adult friendly, as the slides have a maximum weight limit of 300 pounds.
I don't weigh no damn 300 pounds. I weigh 165. How you doing?
The water here was surprisingly much colder here than anywhere else, so if you're a pussy, I would suggest you leave this place to the kids. All in all, it was a pretty great experience, but there were some issues I just have to bring up. Now, while I talk about that, here's the Aquaconda POV. We had to deal with a lot of rides breaking down and many not being available at all. In total, we experienced about 5 ride slowdowns or breakdowns. Along with that, food not being as available and plenty of construction going on definitely did not make the park look as good as it could be. This of course was expected, being a soft opening, but it made me wonder if I should skip any future soft openings from now on. Remember this very important thing: stop peeing in the water. Just look how dirty the filtered water is after just a few hours. This place is planning to recycle most of its water, and you don't want to be swimming in filtered filth, no matter how clean it looks. Wild Rivers was a very important childhood experience for many people, but unfortunately I never got to see the original as I was living closer to the beehive known as Raging Waters. But seeing how it turned out makes me think a lot of you are going to feel like a kid again. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.